Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic, and this is another reaction to the Monogatari series. It is Kizumonogatari movie number 2, the second half. So you know what to do. As always, if you want to see it, just go down into my descriptions, follow the links, replace the circumflex dot parts with real dots, and enjoy. Once you've done, feel free to come back here and hear my thoughts about this part of the movie. So, see you soon. For those that came back, welcome back. Now, that was strange. I mean, the heck? There is a lot in this second half of the movie which I have no clue about, and there's something which I don't like. So let's talk about it. Saying I don't like, I guess you know what I mean. I'm talking about the panty scene. It's not that I'm like completely disgusted. That's not true. You know, it's just this kind of thing where I roll my eyes and think, why? Why do you have to take such a beautiful scene, such an emotional scene, such a romantic, warm, with a little bit of humor in it, character building, potentially great and awesome scene, and when it is on like the culminating point of being just good, you know? You bring in such high-level creepiness. And it's, you know, it's just, I don't know, in my opinion, it's just a weak creepiness. If I see compared, you know, there were other very creepy scenes in the series in the past. Just talking about the toothbrush. But that one was creative. The toothbrush was maybe a step too far, no question there. Extremely creepy and may have stepped over some boundaries there, especially considering who were the ones in the scene. But it was creative and it was, you know, it was clever. This one is just bleh. Why? What for? I don't get it. But well, I don't get the whole thing with the panties, so what? That one, in my opinion, there was a loss for the movie there. In general, the second half of the movie was good. So don't worry, I don't hate the movie. It's just that this one scene, in my opinion, was completely unnecessary and killed a really good scene for me in many ways. So, but let's talk about the other stuff. So we had episode facing off. Was a nice idea. So the cross, as it seems, does kind of holy damage, I guess, or not healing wounds at least, so he could not heal the wounds he got from the cross, which is definitely different to the wounds he had from dramatically in the past. So that's a major thing. And he was about to lose it, but then in the way kind he fought was just not clever. He just tried to evade all the time, and as I mentioned during the reaction, the one that stops attacking, the one that just goes completely defense, will lose in the long run. Well, it was a mistake in my opinion. He should have tried to keep attacking. But then the main problem here was that the defense of episode was the fact that he could turn into a fog. So he could not attack him physically. Every time he tried, he just evaporated and appeared somewhere else, including the cross, as it seems. That's a pretty cool power, a very powerful set of skills he has there. So in the end it was Hanekawa's comment that made him win it. So here we have again the thing we had in the seasons, in the episodes so far, in the past, against episode. That Hanekawa's wisdom or awareness of stuff helps Aragi winning battles or competing in whatever kind of stuff he's doing. So once again, it was her who won it in the end, not him. Additionally, her, let's call it injury, gave him the inspiration, spurred him on, put him into a completely different mindset. So he was faster, he was more agile, he was stronger, I guess, as well. You could clearly see that he evaded every shot of the cross set, which he didn't do before. So he was way more in the fight due to the mental state he was in. He was completely gone. I mean, it is in this 2 movies so far pretty clear that this is mainly about the love story between those 2 characters, which I like. As I said in the last discussion already, I really like the fact that we see this love story. And I'm a little bit sad that it is so parted from the series, you know? It never was this strong in the series, in my opinion. So, he completely smashed episode into the ground then. And yes, I agree, he would have killed him there, no question. If Oshino wouldn't have appeared and stopped him and told him to not lose his humanity. Just to later on in this movie tell him to lose his humanity, so well. Which brings me to Oshino. So this is, I guess, like the first time I see something which you could say negative about Oshino. So he did not step in to save Hanekawa. He did not seem to care about her death at all. He gave the option to rescue her, and he did give him the information how to do it. In the end, it was not really Oshino rescuing her. All the tools were already there. Aragi could have done it himself, but he was not clever enough to do it. So Oshino gave him just the info to use his blood and got 3 million for that. So it's all about the gain, as he said. I don't know about him here. I still think he's a positive dude. He's a good dude and wants to help. But it might be that he's doing that, not directly helping, to teach Aragi about how to handle himself, what to do, to learn his way in life. It might be it's not that way. It might be as very selfish reasons. We don't know. I don't know. But I will still give him the shadow of the doubt. However, it was the first time that I realized something you could consider a negative move. It felt pretty cool, pretty cold. So, I like the fact that Aragi used his brain and heart blood to heal Hanekawa. It's kind of fitting. You know, the heart blood due to the romance part, the brain blood because it's Hanekawa and she is all brains, if you know. It's a bit strange they showed that before with Shinobu, with Kiss Shot. Like, why would, I mean, it just makes no sense punching your own brain and then massaging it. I don't think that's helping at all while thinking. I would even consider it's negative. But they just wanted to show off that vampires can do that, I guess. It just makes no sense in my opinion. However. And then we had this, as I said, this really, really good scene in the fields next to the cram school. Where I have to question a little bit where the cram school is, because as far as I remember, the cram school was more inside of the city. And now with the field and the water around, it looks more like it's in the outskirt of the city, and behind it or next to it is a huge field. I'm pretty sure there wasn't before, or maybe I just missed it. It was not very clear, possibly. So I think they just changed the area a little bit to have a romantic place, which is for story decisions great. It's just not fitting in with the world before, but whatever, I'll take it. It was a really, really romantic scene. It was, as I already mentioned, a typical date scene we had here. So you're in a field of wheat or whatever. You are having a picnic. You're having to eat and to drink. You're running around in the field, frolicking, having fun with each other, hunting each other. You know, that's a very typical thing, romance-wise, which is leading to, like, I don't know, the first kiss, the first time in the field, just having a good time together. So that all the setup was clearly romantic. Sun going down, another one, you know, it's sunset is a very romantic moment in many occasions. So all of that went for romance and feelings. And what they talked about was the same. I mean, Aragi may not have realized it there, but what he said, he tried to make Hanekawa get out of the fights in the future, just to protect her. The typical superhero problem, you know, Spider-Man and Superman issues. The thing is, if you have relatives or you have a friend or even a lover and you are facing someone, this someone will take your weak spot, which is the love for others. So he will try to capture or kill or hurt those you love, which happened in this episode. It's a typical move. Just in this case, you could question whether or not Aragi is a superhero here, is a positive guy. Out of the view of the priest, Aragi is the evil one and he's the good one. Just the behavior is not really fitting. So they went for this story and I want to have you out of the line so I can fight without you being in danger, and then they went for that. It's okay. They bring in this theme, this idea, and this problem, which I wrote down to discuss even before it happened then, before Hanekawa was captured. And as it is in every of those movies, there is no solution for this problem. You cannot defend or save the ones you love if you are in whatever way someone who has to face off against strong enemies. This will always happen. The only solution would be to live a life without friends and loves, and that's not a life to be aspired, I guess. So no solution there. By doing so, by asking her to do that, to go away, in my opinion, he told her that he loves her, or at least he has feelings for her. And then he even took a step back and saying, I will not yell at you and send you away as I did in the past. So he even stated that he is thinking about how to do it properly. He's thinking about the both of them. So, I mean, she's not stupid. She's Hanekawa, right? So she clearly, in this moment, should know that he has feelings for her, as she possibly guessed already before. And I'm talking about feelings in the meaning of heart and soul, and not about deeper regions who require panties. So that's this thing. The way that she reacted, what she said to him in many ways shows, additional to her blushing and reddening and everything, that she likes him as well. So it's clearly a romantic scene, destroyed by you know what. So that's that. Got that. Yeah, Shinobu grew again after episode. They didn't show that she ate the other leg, but I guess she did. I like this version of her, the young female. It looks really nice, and I don't talk about her body in general, I talk about her face and the hair and the expression. She is a sunny looking person, a good mooded looking person, even if she's not, but she looks like that. While the old version of her, the one that we've seen in the first movie, is a very grown up matriarch, I would say, kind of, and she looks strong. In a strange way, negatively stronger. You know what I mean? She is not sunny anymore. She is dark and determined and strong, but not someone I would possibly spend as much time as I would do with this young version we've seen right now. Now we go about Guillotine Cutter. So Guillotine Cutter is a human specialist against vampires. Vampire exhaustionist, whatever the word is, you know what I mean. So that's why he is dangerous. However, we did not see much of this danger in the fight, which is possibly due to those whatever it are that Aragi used. He clearly stated that he's not as strong, as fast, as nimble, everything like those Aragi fought before. So that's why he possibly used Hanekawa. So he's more of a brains man, a clever one with preparations. I don't know. So Shinobu said she wouldn't want to stand against him because she thinks she would have no chance at all. Which doesn't fit in with what he says about his own fighting styles. So I don't see completely where they... This is a little bit of misconception there. Something's not right. It's not fitting. Shinobu said, Kissshot said, she would maybe able to face Dramaturgy at her current level now, but she wouldn't be able to face Guillotine Cutter. So that says that she's somehow able to face against another vampire, but not against a human who says he has no powers at all, and just uses equipment and cunning and cleverness as it seems. Not sure about that one. Maybe I misunderstood something. If so, sorry. However, so he took Hanekawa, and Oshino Meme came in and said he failed because Hanekawa was taken. I don't know. That's the thing here. So, we don't see what Oshino is doing. What we've seen from Oshino, he's incredibly fast, strong, and everything. So he could have rescued Hanekawa. And he chose not to do it as he did in the past. I'm pretty sure about that. So I ask myself if Oshino is playing his very own game again. And if so, what kind of a game? It's a strange one. He sends in Aragi and told him before that his only chance to rescue Hanekawa would be to lose his humanity. The one thing that before that he said not to do. Don't lose your humanity. So he somehow gave him this ability with those, I don't know if it's wood tentacles or shadow tentacles or whatever you want to call it. Flesh tentacles? I have no idea. We've seen a lot of the tree there and of the roots of the tree, so I think there are three options what this is. In some scenes it looked like flesh, that his arms changed into like flesh tentacles. And a thing we have seen in My Hero Academia as example from one enemy there. In many scenes it looked more like shadow, so darkness tentacles, as I know shadow tentacles being a part of powers in Vampire the Masquerade. Shadow level 5 I think, but I might be wrong because it's quite a while since I played that one. And the last option would be it's somehow related to the tree which is there. Which by the way means that they are fighting on top of the crime school right there, interestingly enough. So, however, which of those it is, Oshino made sure that Aragi got this power. And I'm pretty sure he got it somehow from Oshino, not from Shinobu. Because she would have given him before, and she would have used something like that in the episodes, and we've never seen that. So, I guess Oshino had this somehow available for Aragi. That's the one thing. He was incredibly fast before that, so he ran through the streets with lightning behind his back like Flash. And was very nimble, very fast, everything. So he was like a full-grown vampire there. Completely emerged in the powers of a vampire. So I guess Oshino kind of awakened that in him. And everything went so fast that Guillotine Cutter could not even react at all. So he pushed him away, he snatched Hanekawa and put Guillotine Cutter on a cross, very fittingly, and on top of this school, I think it is. So he rescued her, true, and now is in the despair that he lost his humanity, so that he thinks I'm no human anymore, I'm a beast, I'm something negative now. Which will possibly lead to the despair of being something like that. I cannot be with Hanekawa. So it's the typical problem of you lose your humanity to save those you love, and by doing so, you are no longer able to be with the ones you love. It's a very common thing in, well, especially in this kind of dark movies. I think the last... Oh, I might be wrong. What was it called? Vampire movie. Dracula, I think it was. Not the original. There was one like 1 or 2 years ago. They had something like that as well, where the main character had to embrace the darkness of being a vampire to rescue his family, and by doing so, he became the ultimate evil, and they didn't want to be with him anymore. So, very fittingly. So it's kind of a similar story here. So they went for two neither very typical storylines here. As I said, next time, possibly it will be about I'm no human anymore, you cannot be with me, I cannot be with you, all this da. That's one thing. There has to be somehow the moment, which I'm waiting for, where Hanekawa is losing her memories, because I think I remember that in the series she does not remember what happened in the spring break. So this will be Shinobu has to turn back into a girl somehow. And very clearly Aragi has to lose this kind of power he has now. This shadow tentacle being completely uber vampire or whatever. And that's what I'm waiting for in the third movie. And we will see what it is about. So that's it for now. Strange ending. But yeah, one more movie to go. So I hope you liked that. I found this second half of the movie quite confusing and interesting still. And I cannot wait to see the third one, which will be soon. So until then, feel free to comment, like and subscribe. My name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.